So recently I took a trip to Virginia, and these are some of the items I got. Just here, I got this, and these. Bill of Rights and Declaration of Independence, statue of Benjamin Franklin, and a cannon. And now we're going to go into detail about all of them. Up first is the cannon. I got it at the Williamsburg, whatever that place is. It's like Colonial Williamsburg. Yeah, that's it. And this is what the British used during the Revolutionary War. This was one of their main cannons. So remember, maybe some of your forefathers got to see this. I mean, ancestors. Whatever that is. You get it. Just take a nice 360 view on that, and we will be moving to our next item. And that would be a nice statue of Benjamin Franklin, one of the main founding fathers during the U.S. Revolutionary War. This guy, very smart man, invented many things, including the lightning rod and some other things which you can look up and take a nice 360 view on this statue of Benjamin Franklin. And we should be moving to our next item in 3, 2, 1, go! And that would be a copy of the Bill of Rights. If you're an American, you know this. If you're not, look it up. But it was basically some of the rights that Americans were addressed. No, not that. Some of the rights Americans were given when this country was founded. If you are in America. If you aren't, I am sorry. And now we have the first, or one of the first, legal documents of the U.S. The Declaration of Independence. And I have a copy of it right here. And I also got this one from Monticello. And I got the Bill of Rights from there too. And we should be moving to our next item soon. If I did not mention, I got the cannon and statue from Colonial Williamsburg. But now we are moving on to a nice magnet of Monticello. And look at that. Just pause and take a nice look at that. And we should be moving to our next item soon. But Monticello, if you do not know, is Jefferson's home. He was one of the founding fathers of the U.S., just like Benjamin Franklin, who I mentioned earlier. And now I have a little magnet from the Jamestown settlement. But this was not actually from the real settlement. This was from the recreation that was near the settlement, because I couldn't get a building on the settlement because that was 1607. And this was basically it for there, but it was the first landing for the British, and it was one of the first colonies in America. It wasn't the first landing, but it was one of them. And now I've got a beautiful magnet of Captain John Smith, the captain who led the British to Jamestown, aka America's birthplace. Just take a nice look at this magnet. And remember, this was at the real site. And I enjoyed going here, and there was some pretty cool stuff. I just can't believe this was 400 plus years ago, depending on when you are watching this. Imagine people in like 20 years from now watching this, and they're like, no, that's not right. But we will move on to our next item, all jokes aside. And that item would be a beautiful magnet from the Yorktown battlefield. Well, Yorktown was one of the most major battles in the American Revolution, and really the last major one. That's when America won. And if you look closely on the American's flag right, there on its right is the French flag, one of the main helpers during the war. And we will be moving to our next item soon. And that item would be a beautiful magnet from Colonial Williamsburg. And this was one of the big houses. I think it was the governor's mansion, but I'm not sure. But just take a look at that. Beautiful. And this was from Colonial Williamsburg. I thought my trip was pretty good. And rate my souvenir collection from here on the scale to 1 to 10 in the comments. Bye!